name is Stefan Wehrmeyer. I'm going to talk about Mapnificent, powered by data. As much as Mr. Osborne, I love open data, especially transport data, and that's why I wrote a web application called Mapnificent, and here's what it does. The dot in the middle is actually this conference location. And the web application, if you slide the slider below, it shows you where you can go in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes from this location with public transport. It's a web application, you can browse to it, and well, it's pretty awesome. You can also drag the point around Berlin and see from other locations how long does it take to reach a certain area. And for example, this here is all hotels in reach from this location in 15 minutes. So you have a search, you come to Berlin, you want to go to the next conference, and where do you stay? In a hotel, but you just want a short trip to the conference location. These are the hotels 50 minutes away from next. And also you can do like really beautiful visualizations. This is just a color-coded version of how long it takes to reach certain areas in Berlin from the middle of the map. So it's beautiful, it's helpful, you can find things out that you didn't know before, and it's totally awesome. So what's next? This is Berlin. So Mr. Osborne showed us London has also data. Great, I built a map for London. This is London at night, so if you are out in London and you want to know which club should I go, so it takes me only 30 minutes to go back home. This is the map that you need. But, well, Berlin, London, well, that's not enough. I built one from San Francisco, for Washington, D.C., for New York, for Los Angeles, for Chicago, for Miami, for Vancouver. So it's, you know, the data is just there. You just need to plug it into the application. And then there's actually some more data that I put in there. And now I have over 40 cities in the application and reach 30 million people in the US alone. So this is really impressive. I just wrote one application, and the data is there, and I just need to fill another data in. So the whole map just took me like a couple of hours to make. I just needed to insert the data. So Mapnificent was made possible by standardized, machine-readable, freely available, and partly also open data. Why only partly open? Because most of the data that is used in Mapnificent is not open as such. Open data means that it is licensed under a license that allows redistribution, modification, and also commercial use. And most public transport providers do not license their data under such a license. For example, Berlin, it doesn't publish data at all. I needed to scrape the data from websites for the Berlin version. So last week, I inserted a map for Manchester, which is visualized here. But that can't be possibly the end either, because I mean, I can add cities and more cities, but there's more there. So this is a map I built together with data from Raoul, which is the next speaker. And you see here, the red dots are stations, U-Bahn and S-Bahn stations here in Berlin that are not accessible by wheelchair. The red dots are locations that should be accessible by wheelchair, but that are currently broken, where the elevator is out of order. And now let's see, from the point in the middle, how long does it take for a person that doesn't have a disability and for a person in a wheelchair, how long does it take for them to go through Berlin? So the green area is the area that both people reach in the same time. The gray area is the area that the person in the wheelchair can't reach in that time. And the more, it's a prototype, the more colors it gets, the slower the person in the wheelchair arrives at his or her destination. So you can see we have a lot of kind of broken elevators and stations that are not fit to enter with a wheelchair. And this makes traveling through Berlin for a person in a wheelchair kind of exhausting. To reach areas in the West, for example, it takes you more than 30 minutes, an additional 30 minutes to get there. So public transport data has undiscovered potential. This is, I mean, such a map that can raise a lot of awareness for a topic for a topic for persons with disabilities and other things. You know, we need more of it because in every city where you open public transport data, there's a guy there, a hacker, that creates an application like Mapnificent that will give more creativity into the place. And the new applications, I mean, we need the data so that hackers like us can create such an application to create more value. And especially in Germany, Germany has no open public transport data at all. Nowhere, not in Berlin. We have applications on the iPhone, but they are mostly contracted with the public transport providers. So we need a lot of lobbying work there. And so if you know somebody from a public transport provider, talk to them, tell them to open up their data. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you.